It's a Top 10 Tuesday, baby. Those of y'all that watch the show, you know we've been slowly working our way through the Power 4 conferences, giving you our projection, keyword projection there, for the top 10 quarterbacks at the end of next season for each conference. One more conference left now. It's the Big 12. So I'll say this one more time. We are doing a prediction, not a current ranking, a prediction for the top 10 quarterbacks in the Big 12 conference at the end of next season. Here's how we think it's going to look. At number 10, you know him. You love him. He's a fan favorite. At one point in time was thought to be the preseason Big 12 Player of the Year. It's Jalon Daniels from Kansas. Dude's so fun to watch. Exciting. Electric. He's on this list, man, because I can't quit him. I wish I could. I can't. Too much juice as a playmaker. If he can stay healthy and take care of the football now, Lance Leipold, those Jayhawks could be up to something. And I'll say this, the door is wide open to make Kansas officially a football school. Jalon Daniels at number 10. At number 9, transferring from A&M, Connor Weigman just very quietly ended up back home in H-Town, and he could be a force for the Cougars. The thing with him at A&M, it wasn't a Connor Weigman issue. I think it was more so a what was around him issue. They couldn't protect him well enough. So what do? You go get a guy, Marcel Reed, into the lineup to bring some more juice to the offense. That's the same question I have around Houston. I'm not concerned about Connor Weigman and what he is physically. You want to see him progress and all those things, of course, but physically, dude's still a 5-star. Can he put it together at Houston, and can the pieces around him be good enough to maximize that 5-star skill set? Because I still think it's there. So Connor Weigman at number 9 for us, projecting the top 10 guys for next season in the Big 12. And number 8, BYU's Jake Retzlaff. Dude's got a fun nickname. No idea if I can say it on the show, so I won't, but he can spin it. Played his role at a high level last year for BYU, a team that was flirting with the college football playoff for a while there. Maybe not the best stats of anyone on this list, but I like his game. I think if he can take the next step as well, he could be a guy that maybe this is the year BYU gets to the college football playoff. I don't know, but still, regardless, I think he'll be a top 10 guy in the conference. Now, number 7, whoever wins the Colorado quarterback battle, I think will somehow be on this list. 7 feels like a fair place to put it right now without knowing if it's going to be Julian Lewis or Kaidon Salter. Julian Lewis, obviously, super talented true freshman. Super talented. So got some spring propaganda out there from Julian Lewis. More on that another time on this channel. But dude's balling, all right? From what we can gather, dude's balling. Kaidon Salter comes in. He's the proven commodity. Played a lot of football. Took Liberty to a New Year's Six bowl game. Like, you know what you're getting with him. So whether Julian Lewis beats him out or Kaidon Salter beats out the young, talented, uber-talented true freshman, either way, one of these dudes is going to be good for you at Colorado. I feel pretty confident in saying that. Colorado, the way they played, I think they're still going to air it out a good amount. I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest if either one of these guys ended up in the top 5 or top 3 when it's all said and done in this conference. But without knowing who's winning the battle, we think it's Kaidon Salter right now, but without knowing for sure, 7 feels like an appropriate spot for the Colorado quarterback, whether it's Lewis or Salter, ahead of 2025. Now at number 6, Behren Morton from Texas Tech. A very sneaky 3,300 yards last year for old Behren Morton. 27 touchdowns. Texas Tech brings back almost 70% of the production from a season ago. I like him to have another big year in Texas Tech system. Now, I'm really curious to see what the intel is around their quarterback room during spring and fall camp. Again, I like Behren Morton. I want to learn more about that room, but as of right now, we'll put him at 6 heading into next season for our prediction for the end of next season. At number 5, TCU's Josh Hoover. They did lose their go-to guy in Jack Besh. He's gone to the league. Speaking of quiet, man, he went for nearly 4,000 yards last year, and nobody's talking about it. Love the way he plays. I love the way TCU's going to spray it around the yard. I think he has another big season. Josh Hoover at number 5 for me on this list. Now, at number 4, Rocco Becht from Iowa State. This is one we went back and forth on a while, did myself and Caden Smith, as to where we're going to put him on this list. Rocco Becht is a program guy through and through. He's a winner. He's gritty, got a hard edge. I love the way that he plays. However, the reason why I don't have him higher on this list, I am concerned with the loss of 2 1,100-yard wide receivers. I think it's fair to say that will have some impact on what Iowa State is offensively. Great quarterback, will be top 5 in the conference, but for me, he's number 4 on this list. At number 3, Kansas State's Avery Johnson. It's the mobility, it's the tools, it's the upside, it's the lettuce. Saw a lot of young quarterback mistakes from him last season. I think him getting another year as a starter, another year in the same system, that's going to pay massive dividends. I think he balls out in 2025. He's top 3 for me in the conference at the end of next season. Now, Sawyer Roberston. I don't know if people know this. The Baylor quarterback had a top 10 QBR in the country. Not like in the Big 12, in the country a season ago. Baylor brings back a lot around him. An offense that scored 34 points a game, gets 72% of the production back. Dude's a hooper. I think he has another big year for Baylor, and I think him and Jake Spavital do Goodwill Hunting numbers in Waco in 2025. At number 1, this dude could legit be a first-round quarterback when it's his time to go pro. Sam Leavitt from Arizona State. It's a weird comp because he's much bigger than him physically, but I think there's maybe a little bit of Baker Mayfield to him. It's the swag, it's the mobility, it's the playmaker vibe to him, it's the chip on the shoulder. I mean, Jonathan Smith takes the job at Michigan State and was previously at Oregon State, and then Sam Leavitt transfers away from Michigan State in some small part because Jonathan Smith at Oregon State did not recruit him. And Sam Leavitt was like the dude in the state of Oregon. So Sam Leavitt talks a smack. I think he backs it up. There's more on his plate this year with no Cam Skattebo playing for Arizona State or playing college football. College football community misses you, Cam Skattebo. Wish you were playing ball at the collegiate ranks. However, I think him and Jordan Tyson are in for a big year, a big reason why we love Arizona State next year. And I think Sam Leavitt has another tremendous season here in 2025 out there in Tempe and is the best quarterback in the Big 12 at the end of the season. So to recap it here, Jalon Daniels at 10, Connor Weigman at 9, Jake Retzlaff at 8. Whoever wins the Colorado quarterback battle at 7 could be higher by the end of the year. Number 6, Behren Morton at 5, Josh Hoover. Rocco Becht at 4, Avery Johnson at 3, Sawyer Roberston at number 2, and at number 1, Sam Leavitt. Now, quick note here. Kaidon is a big Devon Dampier fan, and I don't think he's wrong in that assessment. For me, I need to see him win the job at Utah before I put him on this list, but I mean, dude was a baller at New Mexico. Love his game. Love the way that he impacts the game with his legs, obviously. So I think him and Isaac Wilson probably go back and forth for a little bit, but big fan of him, big fan of the way he brings to the table. Cannot wait to see what he does in 2025. Again, love what that dude brings to the table.